Hello and welcome back to another SoundSpot tutorial. We're going to take a look at Percolate today and how to add a little bit of crispiness and some more body back into your hi-hat loops. So the hi-hat loop in question is this Real Hats track here. I'm going to play the track so you can hear it in context, and then we'll solo it, and then we'll start bypassing this and turning it on and off so you can hear exactly what's happening, and then I'll explain what is happening. So as you can hear, the differences are very subtle, so I advise that you use headphones so you can hear how this is working properly. So here is the track, the Real Hats, and we're going to disable the first section because we're not using this. So as you can hear, when it is bypassed, it loses a bit of energy, and what Percolate's doing is adding some energy back in to the top end, giving it a little bit of a brighter appearance, and then again we're adding some lower mids there to increase its presence in the percussive area, so it just gives it a bit more body in the sound. So as you can see on Percolate here, we have the first section set to 8 kHz and we've got a broad Q. So we're not going for a narrow Q because we get a totally different sound. I want something broad that just kind of boosts everything evenly and just it sounds more gentle. So if we switch this to Q1, you'll hear the difference. You start to get a lot of resonant frequency in there, and that is not what we're looking for in this particular demo. So something a little less narrow and has got a broader spectrum. This gives a nice crispy feeling to it, and if we bypass this, you'll be able to hear what that is adding to this hi-hat loop. So it's adding some more crispiness to it, but it's not intense to the point where you'd have to go in with some EQ after and roll it off. This is just perfect for what we're looking for in this track. So we refer to body, and we're using this section here to add some body, and this is focusing around the 1 kHz area. So this is kind of smack bang in the middle of your mids, and again we've used a broad Q to add some more meatiness back into the sound, and we've kept these gains at plus 4 dB. So as you can hear, it is focusing that midsection just a little bit more, and it sounds more central, and that is the only reason that we're using that section, just to add a little bit more body into it and just give it a little bit more presence in the track. So with Percolate operating on this track here, this defines it and gives it a little bit of space between the other percussion elements that we have in the track. So ideally we have a shaker and a snare here, and we want them to be a little bit separated instead of being a bit mushed together. But we're focusing more on the other elements that are in the same range as this, which is the shaker. So with the real hi-hats now operating through Percolate, we've got a little bit more body. top end, and it stands away from the shaker as well, so it gives it a little bit of definition in the track, and that is what Percolate is great for. And you could overlook that in the hat section, but with us using real hats as a loop here, this comes in handy to add a little bit more weight into your sound. So that is Percolate on a hats track. If you enjoyed the video, let us know down in the comments. Also hit the like button to let us know that this was a helpful video, and finally subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. See you again.